We listen and we don't judge.
Okay, I'm listening.
I need to cover my arm.
Why do you need to cover your arm, Soley?
I have this. He doesn't know.
Oh, Lord.
Omo, you can't be serious for this life. So today's video we are reacting to most funniest, most wildest moments, extreme moments people have gone all the way to get tattoos on their bodies and now regretting it big time. Do you know something? In fact, this has left me to go in the wait mode and fully back to ask one question. Why would you do that? That is also a question to ask. But then we listen, we don't judge. So relax and grab something cool small and let's get into this. Welcome, it's CycledDrama.
Somebody once asked me, what is something that I did in my teens or in my 20s that I regret now that I'm in my 30s? And I would say tattoo. Putting on tattoos on my body is honestly the most regretful thing that I've ever done. Because one day you're gonna wake up in your 30s, you're gonna have your children, you're gonna be mature, you're gonna know and understand who you are, what your purpose is, and you're gonna build a spiritual connection with God, and then you're gonna have the tattoos to look at every single day. And I would honestly say that tattoo is my biggest regret in life. Yes, I did body piercings, but when I took out the piercings, then everything healed up back and I look normal. But how do I get rid of this? You know, this is like the consequence, you know. As I tell people all the time, you see, sin, consequence is the fine print hidden in sin, because we do what we want to do outside of the will of God, and then when we come to maturity, then we have to live with the consequences. So my biggest regret is tattoo. I would encourage anybody who has never gotten a tattoo before, do not get it. And if you're contemplating getting a tattoo, do not get it. And if you already get a tattoo, do not get any more, because I promise you, one day y'all go wake up and y'all go regret say you did ever put on a tattoo on your skin. And that's just a random thought.
Good morning, you guys. Transparency post. So I am married. I am in my 30s with 4 beautiful children. I think one of my biggest regrets in my life, I'll be honest, you guys, is my tattoos. Like, I literally hate my tattoos. Not only do I hate my tattoos, I think I hate the places that I chose to get them when I was younger. I remember my mom did not want me to get tattoos. Like, don't get tattoos. She did not want me with tattoos on my body, and obviously me being hard-headed, I decided to do it anyway, and now I'm living in my 30s, y'all, regretting my tattoos every day. I was just doing what I wanted to do, and now I'm living with it. I even have to find clothes that actually cover up my tattoos. I've grown so much as a person and as a woman, and looking back at my younger days is like, I couldn't even tell you guys why I chose to get those tattoos. That's something I literally regret. When I say every day, like, I hate my tattoos, y'all. I hate them so much. Like, I don't even want people to know I got tattoos. I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 tattoos total. That's one of my goals, y'all, is to find somebody to remove these tattoos. If I can really just give anybody advice that's thinking about getting tattoos, I don't think anything is necessarily wrong with them, but be careful the places that you choose to put the tattoo. For me, I literally hate all of mine. Like, I don't want any tattoos on my body. Like, I want to get them removed. I want them off. I'm in the process of finding somebody to get rid of them, somebody who works on dark skin. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, y'all, but listen, I always talk to my daughters about my tattoos and how I dislike them, and I really just pray and hope that they just don't get any at all. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to be transparent. I feel like I can talk to you guys, and I feel like I know this is probably relatable to a lot of people.
We listen, we don't judge.
No wahala, no wahala.
The reason why I regret my eyeball tattoos, number one, I regret not having done the proper research to find the right artist. Number two, resulting of that, I regret that I went through the procedure with this artist that fucked up my eyes. Number three, I regret not going to a doctor earlier after my artist ghosted me, because we could have had some damage control here. Number four, I regret it because they're not turning out the way I wanted, because the first artist, because of lack of research, fucked it up. So yes, I do regret those tattoos.
I got a tattoo on the roof of my mouth and instantly regretted it. Getting a tattoo seemed like a cool idea until it turned into my worst nightmare. 5 days after getting it, I started running a dangerously high fever and had uncontrollable chills. The pain in my mouth was unbearable, and nothing I did made it better. Then I blacked out at home because my fever got so high my mom panicked and called 911. I had never felt so sick in my life. My whole body was shaking, and I genuinely thought that was it for me. As soon as I got to the hospital, they admitted me and ran a bunch of tests. The very first test confirmed it I had a severe bloodstream infection. I started taking medication, thinking I was finally on the road to recovery. But my nightmare was just beginning. The area where I got the tattoo started turning black, and the pain was excruciating. I couldn't even drink water or anything that touched it felt like torture. And just when I thought things couldn't get worse, the doctors came in with my final diagnosis. It was the worst news I had ever received in my life.
Also, can you sit your body down to be used as an art board or drawing board? Hey, this can never be me now. What? Crazy. To the extent of having tattoo at the upper side of your mouth? This is crazy. Come on, what are you saying, man? Come on. All right, so just as we've watched from the beginning of this clip all the way here, man, that can never be me. So yes, we've heard it all, we've seen it, and a lot more to come. Will you sit down and regret it after? These are clips from people who are regretting having tattoos now on their body. And if you listen to the reasons they have attached to this, guys, this doesn't make sense. But well, let's enjoy the rest of the clips, and I'll be right back. I'll also want to hear from you in the comment section what you think about this. Let's start a conversation.
I regret my tattoo. The video of me getting my boyfriend's name tattoo on my forehead went viral. All of the big social media platforms, newspapers, radio stations were talking about it. And all I want to say is that I regret my tattoo, but not this one, because this is actually not a real tattoo. And the reason why I trick the whole internet is that I have a message to young people and all of the people who wants to get covered in tattoos. I want everyone to know that I regret my tattoos, and you might regret yours when you get older. And as a person fully covered in tattoos, I feel like this is my responsibility to speak up, share my experience. And when people see me on social media, the first thing they notice about me is my tattoos. So if I influence people, I want to influence people in the right way. I remember when 10 years ago I was getting my first tattoos, and my mom, my friends were telling me all the time, Anna, you will regret your tattoos. And I didn't listen, maybe because they didn't have any tattoos. But if there was a person covered in tattoos saying they regret their tattoos, I would have listened. So like and share this video so we can together spread the tattoo awareness that no one really talks about.
I hate my tattoos, and let me tell you why.
So I've never, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt this. And I've spoken about this before, but it's true. You won't hear many heavily tattooed people saying they regret it, but I do. For me, a lot of it came from trauma. I used to self-harm, and tattoos became a way to cope, you know. I thought I was reclaiming my body, and at the time it felt like healing. But now I'm in a completely different place. I'm studying law now, and the deeper I go into it, the more I realise that image really affects you. And honestly, I don't feel taken seriously in certain spaces. And, you know, it's not just the emotional side, but it's also the physical side. I now have tattoo sarcoidosis, which is an autoimmune disease. So I get chronic fatigue, joint pain, and inflammation throughout my whole entire body. But the worst part is it affected my eyes. I now live with glaucoma, cataracts, uveitis, and severe inflammation in both eyes, and it started off with the tattoos. So no, I have absolutely no intentions or plans to finish mine off, and I'm currently lasering off my face. But this isn't about shaming anyone. It's about being honest about how our decisions, especially the ones made from pain, can affect us in ways we never imagined. I've changed my perspective, and I'm allowed to say I regret it.
I'm getting this question a lot, and yes, I did do my own high nostrils, so I'll tell you how. I'm pretty sure when I did them, I used a curved needle, and what I did was I took a cork and I shoved it up my nose, and I held it in the position that I needed to have it, where it wouldn't come out crooked or anything, and then I just led the needle right on through there. It hurt like hell, like hellacious. It was terrible. So after I got the needle through, I just took the stud and I put it in the end of the needle, and I had to guide it up through and push it up like the whole entire way, all the way up my neck. I kept them in for a day. Then the next day I noticed that both of them were too tight. My nose was swollen to all hell. So I took two big hoop earrings. I stretched both of them out, and then I had to like grab the stud on the inside of my nose and take the hoop and then guide it down, because I can't just take it out or it would heal up. Well, heal. So I just said, if you understand, hopefully you guys understand. I think that even hurt worse than the initial piercing, and I had to do it to both sides, of course. It was terrible. So that is also why I have these balls sticking down here. So yeah. Hopefully that helped. Sorry if it was a little confusing. Love you guys, and thank you for watching.
You know, I've been around so many people who regret their tattoos, whether it was something they got when they were really young and impulsively, or just something that just doesn't define who they are anymore. And I don't regret not getting any tats. I'm so happy that I stood strong and I never got a tattoo. It's wild how much we grow and evolve, you know, every single day. And I've always been super intentional with like what I put on my body and out in my body, because, you know, fitness wise. But I've definitely thought about getting a tattoo, but I never pulled through with it, and I'm happy I never pulled through with it, because I like the way my brown skin looks without any tats or anything like that. You know, to each his own though. Tattoos do look really cool, but I also think that they don't define who you are, you know, and you tend to grow out of them. I think we forget that choosing to not do something is just as much of a choice as doing it. And I think for me, not getting tatted is a part of my self-expression, you know. So where my girlies with no tats at? Where we at?
Why do you have a tattoo that says, I love granny porn? And I said, granny porn?
So this is the design you went in with, right?
Yes, that's just a rough draft of my writing, which I kind of wanted it to look like, but I wanted her to add roses and make it look pretty, obviously.
And where it says Granny, that's actually your grandmother's signature.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a beautiful thing. And born first is what she called you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you understand that, Miss Stewart?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay, and you remember seeing this document?
Yes, I do.
Did you take this and turn it into a fancier design?
Yes, and everything that I did, she approved. I went over everything with her. Every time I made an arrangement or adjustment, she said it looked great.
So you were careful in trying to figure out exactly what she wanted?
Yes.
So Miss Howard, what happened?
She said, come in a couple days after to get your tattoo. So I went in and everything went great until a couple days later, I had a staff party along with my second grade fellow staff teachers and some parents. And it was my first time showing off the tattoo. I was so excited. I wore a low-cut dress, made sure it showed my back. I was hanging out at the party until people started pointing and laughing at me. And I'm like, what's going on? Do I have something on my face? And I go to the bathroom quickly and I have a coworker following me behind. And she goes, why do you have a tattoo that says, I love granny porn? And I said, granny porn? Like,
so
I'm in disbelief. I didn't ask for granny porn. Do I look like someone that would have profanity written on me? I'm a second grade teacher. I'm so embarrassed at this point.
So you think, until you see it, you think your tattoo is going to say, I love granny born first, not granny porn first.
Yes, I'm pretty sure my grandmother is rolling around in her grave right now looking at this.
Granny porn?
Your Honor, I showed her the design from the get-go. I drew it out, I showed it to her, she said it looks great. I made a stencil, I showed it to her, she said it looks great. I put it on her skin, she said, okay, it looks great. This is not my fault. She approved every aspect of this design. I'm not responsible for this. She said this is what she wanted, she was happy with it, and she gave me the go-ahead.
Okay, so go through the process, because I want to see what your safeguards are. What do you say to her on the first day?
Well, on the first day, she was asking a bunch of questions. She brought in the design, and then I went from there. And so when I brought...
Not to be dramatic, but I just got my Christina piercing caught, and I'm in so much pain. I'm sat here with a bag of hash browns on my meow meow. It hurts.
We listen, we don't judge.
No wahala, no wahala.
I need to cover my arm.
Why do you need to cover your arm, Soley?
I have this. He doesn't know.
Oh Lord.
If we can't find the right dress to cover those tattoos, there might not even be a wedding.
Amy has a full sleeve of tattoos, and her dad has absolutely no idea. So when the consultant picks out slim, sleeveless...
Now listen to me if you are a young girl. From 21, 20, 19, 18, 16, going down. Listen to me. If you are a young girl and then you have been tattooing your boyfriend name on your chest over here, tattooing your boyfriend name back of your waist, tattooing your boyfriend name all over your body, thinking that the relationship you are in is going to succeed till married, then I want to let you know that you are wasting your time. You being at this age from 21, 20, 19, 18 and not focusing on your life, thinking about who you want to become in life, knowing about how you face your life and then become who you will become in life for your parents to love you and your parents to crown you as a queen in that family, to be the breadwinner, and now all what you could do is to find money and then tattoo your boyfriend name on your chest, your waist, your body, for your boyfriend to see that you love him or anything else like that. Let me tell you something. Do you think your guy really care about you? Do you think your boyfriend really care about how you are living your life? Your boyfriend doesn't care about you, but you feel like your boyfriend cares about you because he sends you money for food, he sends you money for this. Every guy need a good lady. You thinking drawing tattoo on your body tells him that you love him? A guy could draw tattoo, but finally go get married to a lady who has never done even taking on alcohol before. But you thinking doing tattoo will let the guy loves you. You thinking going here and there, putting on big waist, putting on big clothes without no face. Let me tell you something. If you claim you are a big girl, open up your own business, end up your money, build your house, don't get a car and then claim you are a big girl. Don't move from one door to another to claim you are a big girl. You are not a big girl. You are just a trash. You understand? I'm just being real. You might just really know. Whenever I drop my video, I say some certain stuff to go into your head for you to work, and I'm not trying to speak because of I already turn up and real have the facts. If you are late.
Stresses, the style her dad loves. Amy panics. She's been hiding these tattoos for years, and now she's terrified. She doesn't want her dad upset, especially when he's such an emotional softie on wedding days. When she finally steps out in the first dress, the moment is intense. The gown is beautiful, fitted, elegant, but the tattoos are right there, and the shock on her dad's face is impossible to miss. He's not angry, just overwhelmed, trying to figure out how his little girl suddenly has an entire arm of ink. But everyone keeps pushing forward, trying new gowns, adding sleeves, adjusting details, anything to help Amy feel like a bride without feeling judged. And then, finally, she steps out in the dress, soft sleeves, perfect silhouette, pure princess energy, and something shifts. Her dad sees her, really sees her, not the tattoos, not the surprise, just his daughter glowing in the dress of her dreams. He tears up, tells her she looks perfect, and just like that, the drama melts away. Amy feels beautiful, supported, and truly ready to walk down the aisle. And when the big question comes, are you saying yes to the dress? She beams and says yes to the dress, and to this moment she'll never forget.
A gentleman sent me a text and said, what do I think about tattoos? I said, if you have it before you were born again, there's nothing that can happen. But if by the time you are born again and you still want to do all of these things, you see, all things are lawful, but not all. In the kingdom, it's not all about sinfulness and righteousness. There are times it's about foolish and wise. There were 10 virgins, they were all virgins, and yet as virgins they still suffered, because 5 were foolish and 5 were wise. Are we together now? If I draw a mouse on my head now and I come to preach and I say it's my life, it's not my business, please don't feel bad. I'm just to touch on it and then we'll pray. Are we together? And you don't, I just tell you, how will you believe if I'm praying for you? Let's not say these things don't matter and keep making a fool out of ourselves. No, sir. If someone did it in the past and the person has come to the fold, there's nothing we can do. Believers, let's be careful. Respectfully speaking, some of these things we ship from the West. I'm not condemning, but the West needs the mercy of Africa. God is shipping people to correct things there. The generation of people who have risen right now is a generation that does not respect God. Just because they are technologically advanced does not mean they are spiritually advanced. Don't trade your heritage of spirituality. Are we together? Get back to the things that produce power indeed. Get back to the place of prayer in the morning. But more than all this, your heart condition. Please, I'm giving you an assignment this week. Go and dedicate any one of the days and just spend at least 2 hours alone with God. It doesn't matter whether you are husband and wife, do it differently. Please ask for permission and just say, God, some of you need to go back and say, Lord, I'm not coming to the Western ideology that I'm meeting now. I'm coming to the God of my covenant that knew me before I rose. Lord, have mercy. What am I doing wrong? Where am I missing it with my life? And be very sincere. If it is the God of heaven, he will not condemn you, but he will also not condone. He will come with his fire, the refiner's fire, and tear that dross apart.
Alright, I think that's enough for today. We listen, we don't judge. But Charlie, some of these tattoos, I am really crying for them. If you've ever regretted having a tattoo or you are thinking of getting one, let this be your gentle reminder to think I'm well before you think. Drop the wildest one from this video in the comments. Like and subscribe for more CycledDrama, and I'll catch you in the next one.